channel. Um, as you know that in my previous video you have seen that I have created one VPC and I have created one EKS cluster, and on top of it we have installed the ArgoCD. So we will continue that playlist. So in this video we are building CI/CD using GitHub Action and ArgoCD, and we will deploy our code in the AWS EKS cluster. So without wasting our time, so let me explain you my code. So here I have created one folder, and inside that I have created one dev folder. Inside that we are creating one deployment and one namespace. In the deployment we have specified the namespace. We have created one. We have given the name. Here we have specified the replicas, and here we have specified the specification of our containers. In our second file, which is named as namespace.yml, here we are creating our namespace. So here are the three files here. So when we install ArgoCD, by default it will create one default project for you, but you can create multiple projects. So in the project you can fine grain the policies over there. So for this demo purpose we are creating one new project using YML, or you can also use the UI to create one project. So in this YML we have given one name called my app project, and here we have specified the specification. So in the source repo I have given the star. If you want to make more strict, you can specify the GitHub repository. In the destination I have allowed that whatever in my GitHub repository, the code will deploy only at my -app namespace only. Here we have given the server name. So server name, if I do kubectl get svc, you can see that my service name is Kubernetes, and it is on the default namespace. And if you and on my description I will attach the link. From there you can see all the values, and you can make more fine-grained policy in the project. Second thing, we are creating the application. In the application we are specifying the name, and in the specification we have given the project which we are creating right now. And most importantly, in the application thing, that we have to two things we have to take care of: it source and the destination. In the source, here I have mentioned my GitHub repository, and here I have mentioned my path. So if I walk you through the code of my GitHub, and if I go to ArgoCD setup, here you can see that the path of my code is ArgoCD-cacd-setup/dev. So that's why I have given this path, and the destination will remain same because I want to deploy that code on this Kubernetes cluster. And here I have specified my app. Here I have mentioned the sync policy. So sync policy, what it will do, it will try to um, um, so my current state and desired state will always remain in the sync. So here I have used the automated. Inside that I have mentioned the values prune, self-heal. So prune, what it will do, so whenever you delete the application, it will try to recreate that thing, because it will always, because ArgoCD will try to make the current state and desired will remain same. It will try to do it. Okay, and I will show you this thing in my demo. And here in the sync option we are creating a create namespace is equal to true. So it means that if this namespace will not exist, it will create a namespace for you. Third thing, we are creating a secret. So suppose you have a GitHub repository which is a private, and you wanted to make authentication with the ArgoCD and the GitHub Actions with the GitHub. So what do we do? First of all, you have to create the one public key and private key. So using this command, you can create one public and private key. And from using this private key, we are creating one secret in my Kubernetes cluster with the name of GitHub SSH-secret. So private key will come here, and public key you will store on the GitHub, or on your GitHub repository. So my secret is already present in my cluster, and if uh, this secret is already present in my cluster. Okay, And last thing is our GitHub action. So if I go to the ArgoCD event setup, and if I do slash workflows, so here we have mentioned the everything. So whatever, if we push any changes on the master branch, our GitHub workflow will run. And here we are writing the jobs where we are checking out the code. We are logging to our Docker Hub, we are using the username and password, and we are storing the secrets on the our GitHub. And these are the commands to build and push the Docker image. Okay, so let's first apply the project, and before applying it, let's do the port forwarding of our ArgoCD. So here I am using the lens where I will use it to do port forwarding, to list the pod and everything. So in the settings option, you can see that one project is already there, which is called the default. Okay, so let's apply the one custom project for you. And if we go to the our UI and refresh the page, you can see that one app project has been created with the name whatever we have given it, with the description. So currently we have given the source ability as a star, so it has been come with, and the destination. Okay, and if we go to the application, you can see that there is no application has been such deployed. So let's apply the application, and you can see, if we go to the dashboard, you can see that one application is trying to set up. It is in progress, and yeah, it's very fast, and everything has been deployed. And if we click on this, you can see that one namespace has been created, one deployment has been created, and by default, if we are creating a deployment, the replica set will create in behind, and one pod has been created. So uh, if we go to the lens, and if we do port forwarding of our container, and you can see that there is a one page with the black and white background, and you can see welcome to the automation world. So in this video, what we have learned, that first of all, developer will commit the code, Docker image will build and push to the Docker hub, and the changes will sync to your AWS EKS cluster, and behind that our GitHub action pipeline will run, and your code will deploy. Okay, so let's one do dummy commit to show you. So suppose developer has went to code, and yes, instead of the white, let's do green and yellow, and commit the code. So if we go to the action, and if we click on our job, and you can see that it's trying to set up the job, check out the code, whatever we have mentioned in our GitHub action, he will try to run all these stages. So our Docker image and Docker image is building, and after building, he will push the Docker image to the Docker hub. And so as I told you earlier, that in the application, and what we have mentioned here, that it will try to maintain the state, the current and desired state, that is called GitOps. Okay, so everything has been deployed, and you can, and these are the properties are here. You can choose a sync option here. You can roll back on your previous commit as well you can, and you can delete it here. So if I delete this pod here, you can see that one pod is automatically generated for you. Okay, and let's take this new pod as a port forwarding, and you can see that our new code has been deployed. Okay, so it will always try to sync the changes whatever you have on your GitHub repository, and and whatever he will do all the code changes on your AWS EKS cluster. So if you like my video, please subscribe my channel and comment if you have any doubt. Thank you.